Huge breaking NFL news. It just came out like 20 seconds ago here. I am almost speechless. Okay, I just left the gym now. Wide receiver Calvin Ridley has just been suspended for an entire season for betting on NFL games. I can't believe it. Absolutely unbelievable. Now, there was obviously a ton of speculation surrounding Ridley this offseason. Could he be traded? It seemed like it was imminent. The Falcons, they seemed eager to move Ridley, right? He stepped away from the game, as we all know. Nobody really knows why. He didn't give any sort of inclination on why he did walk away from the game. Was it a problem with the teammate, the organization, a coach? Was it a problem off the field, maybe a family thing, maybe a mental thing? Nobody had any clue. He just stepped away. And it is what it is. I mean, Calvin Ridley, at the end of the day, was a super talented wide receiver. He's a young guy. It's not like that was like he was calling it quits. But I think the uncertainty, the entire question mark about why he stepped away left a lot of people hanging. So he ends up stepping away. And again, it seemed like the Falcons were destined to move on from him. And the speculated trade compensation was anywhere from a second-round pick to a third-round pick. Obviously, the Jets were a pretty big suitor for Calvin Ridley, given that he fits the timeline of the New York Jets currently. He would come in and be an instant upgrade over everybody we have on the roster. He fits the system. He's a great wide receiver when it comes to separation and route running, two of the biggest qualities that Mike LaFleur in this offense calls for from the wide receiver position. And back in 2020, the guy was absolutely electric. He was a true number one wide receiver. He was getting in the end zone. He was racking up tons of catches, tons of yards. I mean, this guy was absolutely great. He was fantastic. 2021, it seemed a little off. It didn't seem like 2020, or it was going to have like the same style of production back in 2020. But you know what? He stepped away early in the season, so there was no telling what could have happened at in the back half of the year. So look, Calvin Ridley suspended for an entire season. I am stunned. I am absolutely stunned. I don't want any part of it. As far as the Jets, potential trade, I am not giving up a third or second round pick for Calvin Ridley in this situation. That's just how I feel right now. And I feel like, I don't want to say I could speak for a lot of people, because that's, it's a big assumption. But at the end of the day, I do not feel comfortable bringing Calvin Ridley in with a year-long suspension. And then on top of that, we would have to extend him. Okay, so for me, I'm crossing him off my list, and we have to look elsewhere for wide receiver one. Will it be a DK Metcalf? Will it be somebody else, a big-name free agent, Allen Robinson, a Chris Godwin, something along those lines? I really, really like Mike Williams from the Chargers. Hopefully he doesn't get tagged. And Christian Kirk from the Arizona Cardinals. I think both of those guys would come in and do a great, great job. Maybe a Robbie Anderson trade. Maybe we draft a Garrett Wilson at 10, a Treylon Burks. Maybe we can trade back and acquire Chris Olave back in the first round. Maybe he falls to round 2. There's so many options. David Bell. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but the bottom line is this: Calvin Ridley is suspended. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.